And then everyone got really quiet.
Okay, I have a question that will determine where I put some skill points. What's the pay situation for us?
Well, I mean, you guys have a nice livable salary as officers.
What is our salary?
It is enough for you to comfortably get by in your side of town. As cops, you really don't bank a lot of cash. But why is someone pinging the map?
Oh, that was another thing. I wanted to roll some skills because they weren't going through earlier.
Oh, do I have to relaunch the API?
Yes.
Go ahead and try to roll some of your skills
Sounds
and
like
see if they work.
it's not rolling for me.
Oh. All right, let me step
Hey.
out real quick.
Sorry.
Hey, it's Kelly.
Hello.
It didn't pop. I never got the notification.
You were in World of Warcraft. It's okay.
Yeah, but that's
Busted.
neither here nor there. It normally comes up with the do, the it didn't do that.
Or maybe you missed it because I did it. I'm the one that launched the call, not James.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe that doesn't cause the notification, but
I started the call at 7:33 instead of 7:36 when James answered.
Well then, yes, I did not hear it at all.
So for me restarting the API script, you guys might want to log out of Roll20 real quick, just to make sure. Because sometimes if you're still logged in and have a character sheet up, it will not roll back the new API script.
So just exit the game and relaunch it.
Yep, just exit out.
Just exited.
Restart your computer?
No, exit out of Roll20's lobby.
Michael, go buy a new computer, set it up, download 37 terabytes of porn, and then come join.
Yeah, there'll be no problem.
I mean,
fix everything.
Why 37?
Of all the things to choose, porn is probably the easiest thing to get 37 gigs of.
Terabytes, not gigs.
Yeah, regardless.
And make sure to go to the super sketchy sites for it.
Yes.
The ones that you know you'll get the virus for.
Yeah,
virus,
church websites.
Virusporn.com. Yes, that one.
Church websites.
Okay, so it looks like my NPCs are able to roll dice, so you guys should be able to roll dice now. That means someone did an update on the API script.
Upgraded appies. Yay! That ding sounds like I rolled something.
Wow, that Cordo Maltese, that's a hell of a roll.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what he was trying to do. He failed, but he did something way different.
He failed, but he looked good doing it.
It looked so good doing it. Okay.
So yes, it definitely looks like it is now working. And I will force a story point update on you all.
Story point update.
Here's the sad panda face when you bring your food to the bedroom to eat while gaming. And after you open the bag of delicious stuff, you realize there are no utensils in the bag.
Yes, that happened to me today.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, baby.
It was a setup from the very get-go.
No, they left off the dessert too. So I was going to split this brownie with you, but unfortunately, it never came.
I don't know, guys. Did you hear her say split this brownie with you? Like she has a brownie with her in the office?
Oh, trust me, I wish. It was hard enough to get through all the food.
So, of course, I will totally laugh because, Scott's comment in the chat earlier today, and I don't see Scott in the game yet.
I know you shouldn't have said anything.
What was his comment? Hold on, let me scroll
Well,
up.
his comment is it's in Facebook, not in the chat. But every
Oh.
time that Scott says he's able to join, like the night before, something happened to cancel the game for like the
How
last
dare you?
year.
How dare, this is lies and slander. That was me.
And and then Scott said he could make it, and I said, "Don't say it, Scott. Everyone but Scott check in." And he says, "I'm good." And then I said, "Shh, you may have jinxed it now." And I think he may have jinxed it.
that was good, Amy.
I know. I didn't even answer. I just said, "Is that a trick question?"
They're all trick questions.
If you answer, you die.
It's not a trick
No.
question. It's a test.
Well, that explains why Scott's not here. He failed the test. He's been banned. So this is not gonna sound amazing, but I watched the first episode of Cowboy Bebop, the
live action.
Yeah, live action, and I enjoyed it. It was
Yeah.
really good.
I
really
enjoyed the
liked-
whole season.
Yeah.
I did too. Except, and I will say, it's just completely wrong. That's my only real.
Yeah. I think as far as things that they got wrong, Vicious is a different character than he was in the cartoon.
Vicious was
there's-
a
there's a couple-
badass.
I also kind of feel like they did Faye a little similarly, because she was fun and interesting, but she was a gambling addict, didn't double cross them.
She wasn't a cold-hearted bitch, you mean?
Yeah.
Didn't double cross them as much.
She's
She had a
terrible.
little double crossing.
I mean, in the anime, she was the girl you love to hate,
She was a
or is
great
it hate to
female
love?
for most of it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a lot of people complain about her clothes, how they weren't accurate enough, but that's a like they
Don't get me started.
they used the clothes on her so that she could wear like padding for her action scenes, and it's like that makes perfect sense.
Yep.
This is
And
sensible
since
live action.
And what she wore in the cartoon was really not,
it would
I'm
require
sorry.
body
It was
adhesive,
just for, like
or just paint
I'm
on
pretty
it.
sure-
wasn't in any way realistic of that was,
It was
just pure teenage boy fantasy.
Yeah, and it's like really close to being, hey, that's a stripper.
It
Close.
was stripper
I've
mean,
seen
it was
strippers
like-
that haven't dressed that good.
No, but that was part of her. But that was part of her deal that they kind of got rid of in the live action thing. Is they got rid of her.
No, they toned it down a lot.
They got rid of her darker side, and part of it was being the honeypot to steal things from people.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked how they changed the big shot, the relationship, because
Yeah.
like here is this just sticker board pinup girl, who's just talking boobs and doesn't even have to talk. And the host, they had a much greater dynamic.
They did.
And
They were-
and,
that
and
was
even
awesome.
though they had very small parts, she had personality. It was just, she wasn't this just two-dimensional pinup.
But
I thought
that's
that was really good.
that's also a sign of the times. You know, that is something that I'm happy that they did. But that was definitely a normal thing back in the day. You have pretty girl, you have guy that gives exposition, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm happy that they gave her an expanded role, and I haven't watched it, But I feel they did a good job with her dress, like keeping her character aesthetic without and changing her character to make it better.
But she also doesn't have to do any of the physical activities.
Exactly. It's much easier to do it with somebody that doesn't have to do any action sequences. I feel like Jet got done a little dirty. He was a little less competent, and
he was shortchanged.
Just a little. Like they needed to tone him down because he was overpowered.
He was cast perfectly, though.
I love the actor.
Oh my god, Mustafa. I can't remember his last name, but oh my god, he embodied Jet. It was like
I wanted a shock of gray hair in his beard, and that was it. I loved him in every other way. It was so good.
I was so hoping that we would get that Jet flashback episode where you see his life before prison.
Well, you kind of see it in how his daughter lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, whereas there was so much other stuff that they want to include and stuff, I think that the way they did it through his daughter, and seeing her current home life, gave a snapshot of what he lost.
Yeah. And they totally could have set it up for the next season of you get that redemption arc,
Yeah.
Are they having a second season? I thought they canceled it.
No, sadly they canceled.
I know. I will not get my Radical Edward.
I'm also going to complain about one detail for Jet's episode. I wish that his partner's gun had been empty, like in the original story.
Oh,
like just
that would have been, yeah.
It's such a small detail. It's such a little one, but it's like his partner raises his empty gun so that Jet shoots him, knowing that he it's suicide by cop style.
Yep, that he knows he's got it coming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He did his partner as dirty as you could do, and he's got it coming.
Yep.
So for me, I can nitpick a couple of points like that I think have some salient bits to them, but I still liked it. I liked that series, and I would have enjoyed a second season.
Agreed.
But I'm also not heartbroken. I'm like, okay, I'll live. That's more than I expected to get. One season that I liked of a live action adaptation is more than I ever expected.
Yes, it's just because Avatar set the bar low.
What?
It's just because Avatar, The Last Airbender.
I don't understand what you're talking about. The cartoon, the series. Yes.
Because the live action one never happened, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So traumatized, you blanked it out.
The Ember Island Players fan fiction. Yes, that one.
Okay, that's funny. That was funny.
Denial is more than a river.
It sounds like we're all here.
It
but
does.
It's been so long that I heard Scott chime in.
I was late because it's James's fault. He jinxed me.
Jacques Hughes.
You point the finger of accusation.
Yes, because you said I was going to be late. And I wasn't going to be late until you said I was going to be late.
Sure.
Jinx or prophecy? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so do you guys remember, since it's been like a year, where we left off last?
Funny.
We had just finished our investigation in the alleyway. We got some surveillance video after searching through the alley and interrogating a couple of witnesses and chasing down some people on the street, I think.
Yes, there was definitely a cop chase across the street that resulted in a fender bender with a drone delivery service and
Yes.
Yeah.
a certain Randolfo.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you, Randolpho?
He got some good life experience, guys.
Yeah.
There was some experience there. I will
Well,
definitely give that to you.
we ended up getting at least some video from across the street, which we cross-referenced to identify a couple of suspects, I think. And we decided we were going to go hit, was it a nightclub that we were going to stake out?
Isn't it the Devil's Dance Floor?
The Devil's
like that.
Dance Hall, yeah.
Yeah, something like
the Devil's Dance Hall. And that also checked with some information I got from the first session when I backtraced whatever we were dealing with.
And because we also found that grate that goes down
The steam
into
tunnels.
the bowels under the but we weren't gonna
Because
just
you
go in
found
there
video
willy-nilly.
footage of people using it as like a subway under route.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you were told about the scrawny, sickly guy that's down there.
And weren't we gonna go talk to the we were gonna go talk to the doctor.
Mm-hmm. Who's down underneath
Who
the
does
steam
the
tunnels.
bootleg
Legs.
The bootleg.
Bootleg cybernetics.
Uh-huh. He does the repairs on the local
And since it
population.
has been a while, go ahead and introduce your characters to your group so they know who you are. As I'm being accosted by cats because I have barbecue.
Oh no, cat barbecue.
Heloise Paxton, Hell or Paxton. She'll respond to either one of those. She was previously a soldier who lost her eye in battle, and she is now an NAPD officer. After her tour of duty, she returned home to New Angeles and took up the family business of peacekeeping. She comes from a long line of cops. She's got some subplots, but yeah, she's she's seen her fair share of violence and carnage.
You mean she's committed?
Yeah. So she's not afraid to get her hands dirty, but she does follow the law for the most part. Hey, sometimes the law isn't always,
on our side.
But exactly. But
as Hell
she
says,
holds
I am the
with-
law.
No, and
I am mostly the law.
I am 9/10 of the
Mostly.
law.
Emphasis on the mostly.
50
Honor, duty.
There's the law, and then there's the
Sometimes.
law.
Yeah, sometimes you just, have to break the rules to,
There's the
You know,
law,
get-
and then
get
there's
shit
the
done.
order.
yeah. Sometimes you have to
Dun-dun.
break the rules to get shit done.
Okay, who's gonna go next? I totally think that that Cam should go next. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, why is that?
After that emphasis on the law, we all know she was talking to Cam.
Yes, yes, she is.
I don't know what you're talking about. The law is a great way to put criminals into jails and get information.
When
With
you
the
don't
threat
want
of
to put them
jail.
6 feet under.
I mean, you don't gotta kill a criminal or even a thug on the street. You just
No, you don't.
Technically, they
you rough
also
them. You rough them up. You toss them in lockup. And you see how they feel the next day. They still don't talk. Rinse, repeat.
No
technically
macaroni.
they don't even have to break the law for us to throw them in jail.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Jail is its own reward.
Worst
healthcare.
weekend ever.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Oh my god, I like that one.
Mhm.
That was pretty good.
That's a
down.
classic cop one right there.
Yep.
And what is Cam's specialty there?
Throwing thugs in lockup after roughing them up and then seeing if they'll talk the next day is what I do.
It's called the shake and bake.
Yep. Mostly because
Okay.
we turn the heat up to 97 degrees in the jail cell.
Ooh.
Some people might call that unlawful torture. I call that, oops, I walked into the thermostat, didn't see I set it to 97. My bad.
Wait a minute. We
What?
are at the equator. 97 is actually comfortable.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
97 with 100% humidity.
hmm
Oh, yuck.
And that's why
Uh,
everybody wears clothes with cool, self-blowing air conditioning.
Yep.
Mm.
We swaddle them in wool blankets.
Oh.
Okay, so who's going next?
Did you say swat or swaddle?
Swaddle.
Okay, because I thought you swatted them with wool blankets.
I mean, we do that too. That's the roughing up part.
That's
Are
what
The
we-
you
wool,
do.
the wool blankets play multiple roles in this process.
So wait, now we're SWAT?
You've seen our precinct. We are everything.
We are. We are.
It
We are
should
the
also
Swiss Army knives of NAPD.
it should also be noted that I am more or less the best contact for anyone in the underworld in this city.
Nice.
Yeah, why is that, Cam?
Listen, sometimes I take it easy on people. You know, people down on their luck, they deserve a break sometimes. Oh, you stole something. Just put it back on the rack and walk away, you know?
Okay, that I don't have so much of a problem with, but
Shot a man, well, you know what? He kind of deserved. Walk away.
okay.
Walk away.
Still not, it's just when they're paying you.
They're not paying me in money.
Okay, in my-
In money.
And whose fault is that?
okay.
Hey, there are things that are worth more than money.
That's true.
Favors.
Favors are very
Favors for money.
Money, money, money. Sometimes sweat equity is the best trade-off. Just saying.
Sweat quitty.
Swequity.
Swaddle quiggy.
Ew, that sounds just horrible.
That does sound terrible.
It does
That sounds nasty.
Oh.
I mean, what are they doing when they're swaddled in the wool? They are sweating.
Oh.
So, Randolfo, what is your character all about besides that crit that you currently have?
Oh, Randolfo Alfredo. He loves Alfredo. I'm a cyborg bounty hunter. I know how to find people. Joseph knows where people are. I just know how to find them, I think.
This is true.
And
But
then
does he know where to find medical assistance now that his leg is crippled?
Oh yeah, I forgot
Crippled.
about that.
Yeah, so are we going to be taking being a cyber replacement for that now? Since you only had an eye replaced like me.
Yeah, might as well get a leg replaced too, Sonic kick.
See if you can get yourself
Iron
a
Man, here
good
I
deal.
I know people. But
Hey, it would fix the crit.
wait, hey Joseph, can we switch legs?
Pass. But I tell you what, if we go downtown for a couple hours, I might come back with one for you. Might still be
Alright.
dripping, but
Oh,
I
God.
bought it for you at the secondhand
Ew.
store. Oh wait, isn't that the crime?
Sure.
Isn't that the crime we're
second
following
leg
up
store.
on?
bought it at the second leg store.
So stupid.
No, you bought it at the bootleg store.
Oh,
I'll be honest, I thought you were going to say the third leg store, and I was going to say, no, that's a different body part.
he bought it at a cyber shop called Rockets.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
The puns that are never ending.
I don't know
Yep.
about you, but I need his eye and his leg.
Guardians of
You
the
have
Galaxy.
my eye and my leg and my arm. Now give them back.
Alright. Motivations. My desire is justice. My fear is I have a nemesis, but no one knows who that is except me.
Ooh,
It's a secret
nemesis,
nemesis.
huh?
Yeah, this is gonna be
Did
fun.
I mean,
Is-
is that why you have a cybernetic eye?
Actually, yeah, that comes. There's a backstory behind that.
You've got your eye on him.
In
I'm
fact,
out.
his nemesis probably still has the eyeball.
It's like Toy Story. I can see everything. Strength is courage, and my flaw is pride. Yeah.
I thought your flaw was your missing eye.
Listen here, buddy.
Oh,
My eye sees all. Call me Odin.
Oh,
no, dude, it's just that your eyes got cable.
Hey, I need to watch the sports sometimes.
the sports.
Obviously, with his crippled leg, we know he lacks depth perception.
Couldn't see that chair in front of me.
With your all-seeing eye, you should have seen that drone coming.
Oh, drone. Even better.
Okay, and what about Sherlock?
I'm designated Sherlock. I'm a newly decanted bioroid.
Are you a bioroid or a clone?
I thought I was a bioroid.
I thought you were a clone.
Oh,
You're a clone.
I'm a clone?
Yeah, you're a clone.
Okay, I'm a clone.
Corto is a biroid.
Ah,
That's
boy,
why
it
he's getting
has been a
possessive.
while since we played.
Remember that secret connection to your organization that grew you in the tube.
The clone is having an identity crisis.
I went from the vat to the academy to the precinct. I'm still having trouble figuring out the difference between what I was told an officer should be doing and what you guys do.
Which is
Which
crime.
goes back to Hell's Law and then the law.
Hey, I just want everybody to like
And
me.
and I just got good cop.
Because you're working interrogations with Hell, so you didn't need to take bad cop.
I'm not a bad cop. I'm a good cop.
Well, you can be super cop and still be bad in the interrogation room.
I wasn't the one that almost killed him.
And you didn't plug
That
him
was
back.
Randolpho.
Hey.
But he did it politely.
No. There's bad cop and then there's really bad cop.
Wait, I thought you said bad cop, bad cop.
There's bad cop, and then there's not good at his job cop.
Oh.
Hey, I got the information, did I not? We got the info.
Did I say I was talking about you?
Oh,
I know. He was directing that at me.
Oh, he was? Okay. I know I was talking, so I wanted
I
to
like
make
how
sure.
you just say okay.
I was directing it at Sherlock.
Oh. Bye, Sherlock. I love
I'm
how...
totally
the
waiting
boy-
for
the
someone to
figures
say,
being
"No
pointed
shit,
somewhere, and
Sherlock."
We're like, okay, cool.
Okay, and that leads us to our Biroid. He's
yes.
very possessive of his Biroidness.
I know. It's my special power. Corto Maltese is a computer expert, and for the most part, he sticks to information gathering and getting leads to you guys, and maybe using his skullduggery to keep a low profile and help you guys with spotting things.
like cameras and people.
Yes.
So, like we said, you guys have the option of going down into the tunnels because you're already in a sub-level of the city, so it's already like, reverse apartment complex, or if you've ever been to Quebec where they have the tunnels.
Hold up, before we
And
continue on, I need to fix my leg.
Yeah, I say primary thing. We have to get him functioning.
Yeah.
so you're
Good
going to let
fishing
the
in Quebec.
trail get cold in order to go to the ER.
Oh no, I was gonna
but
find
see,
like two wood.
My
but then-
desire is to belong, so I want to make sure.
Aww.
We
So
can
you
get
guys
an-
are going to
we
get...
can get an ambulance on
No
scene
man
pretty
left
quick, can't we?
behind.
I'm over here saying, let's just fucking wrap this thing in band-aids and keep on going. I like this. I feel special now.
He's just hobbling like, John Wayne. It's okay. Are you okay?
I'm fine. No big deal.
I mean,
Just bleeding all over the place, but it's cool.
You're gonna slow us down too.
I know. So, can I? Is it called splint? I'm trying to remember. Is that the right word? Splint?
Are you wanting to make a splint for yourself?
Yes.
What are you going to construct the splint out of?
I'm pretty sure some good, at least some piece of wood around a 2x4 or something. I mean, I feel like there's
Probably
gonna be
some
some.
rebar sitting in the fucking alleyway.
Yeah,
I was
something.
gonna say,
And-
think less wood and think more cyberpunk.
okay, then yeah.
I've got 3 green medicine. Anybody do better?
I have a 5 green.
Ooh.
We got Doc on our hands. Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of bones walking around here. What if I grab some of them and tie them on the leg?
Just steal someone's bone out of their leg. We need this.
Okay, so what is the
quite
difficulty
a
for
throwback.
that crit? Is that a 3 purple crit?
Where do I go for it? Right there. Yeah, 3 purple.
Okay, so you can totally try to have Sherlock there use his big, beautiful brain to try to splint that for you.
Yes, can you?
That wouldn't be me. It'd be
It would be Corto.
Corto.
Oh,
Corto? Okay,
Corto's the
so
one with the 5.
I've got the purple in there if you want to try to do medicine check.
okay.
It's a hell of a laugh there, bud.
I know what just happened. Now
It would be quicker just to remove it.
All I'm saying is I don't have a medical kit. Congratulations.
Oh my god.
So he kind of like rigs up. Go ahead and take 2 strain. He rigs up a really jinky kind of splint that's letting you hobble. Does nothing for the crit, of course, since it's a crit and you need equipment to fix that. But you can kind of, I'll give you like 1 skill check, ignore the crit. But it's in no way, shape, or form taken care of. It's just he makes this jinky splint out of the old newspaper duct tape, but in a cyberpunk way, which is totally like 2 pieces of framing and some electrical wiring, and it totally looks like you should totally go to either a mechanic or a doctor quickly.
All right. Well, yeah.
I mean, not bad for literally back alley medicine.
Yeah. Back alley medicine.
I mean, it's exactly what he's doing, is down in the lower levels, whipping together a splint out of refuse and trash.
What happens if my strain reaches 0?
Then you pass the fuck out.
Did
Not
your
die. Cool.
did your strain reach 0?
No, I'm at 3 now.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, I'll carry you.
Man, I'm being treated like a princess today.
No, I mean if you pass out, not right now, asshole.
Bounty hunter! Your bounty is to find a decent HMO in this city.
If we
so
need
much
to, I can
hate
dig
out
back
of
through
that.
all my old notes and find our joke about an HMO from previous campaigns.
Oh,
Oh,
gold.
yeah, it's funny.
All right. I'm wobbling with you guys now.
Okay, totally doing the whole Mad Max wobbling on your splint that squeaks and makes noises.
For some reason, there's some electrical wire shocking. Just shooting out sparks. There we are. Not shocking.
Yeah, it's to motivate you to get better.
Just to make sure you have a good motivator.
The
Are
sooner
you
you get
sufficiently
better,
motivated?
yeah,
Did not get shocked? Yes.
the sooner you get better, the sooner that the hazardous shocking will end.
Hazardous shocking. No. We got the mad scientist working on me. Okay.
So what is it you guys are gonna do?
So I think the goal right now is to go to the Devil's Playground.
I thought we were going to go to the doctor.
I think we need to get his crit taken care of.
Okay. So, I mean, I was gonna say if me and
Yeah,
one other
weren't we
person could
definitely
go to
gonna
the
go to
hospital.
Did
Because
somebody
I thought
say
the
split
underground
the
doctor
party?
was the person who was probably doing
Oh.
all of this stuff.
Never mind. We never split parties.
Did somebody say split the party?
You can totally split the party. Like in every cop procedural, we see the cops go different directions. Divide and conquer.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then half those cops died 2 weeks before their retirement.
Never
That's
talk
Are any-
about retirement.
Are any of those
Nobody
two
talk
weeks
about the
retirement?
future.
The second you talk about retiring, dead man walking.
Wait, I just realized I don't have a last name.
I don't have a last name.
You do have.
Don't get into a firefight then.
We already know what happened to the guy
Sorry,
that doesn't
I
have a
had
last
to.
name.
We all know all the procedural rules.
Sherlock Fleegman. Hold it, Sherlock the Rock Fleegman.
Sherlock the Rock.
Guy
Mhm.
Rock Fleegman from
Oh, I thought
Galaxy
you were just.
Quest.
I thought you were doing a play on word with his the last three letters of the name.
No.
I like yours better than. Your joke was far more superior than mine.
Aw, thank you.
Aww. Okay, so what is the plan? I mean, he can always be a tough cop and just tough it out.
What is your crit?
My crit is. Let me go back to it again.
He has a crippled leg.
Increase difficulty on all checks that use that limb by 1 difficulty die.
How often do you use that limb?
See?
In a skill check.
No, just generally.
Not really.
That's where in the novel the gumshoe would say, "I lean on my good leg before I take the shot," to avoid saying that you get the upgrade for the difficulty.
Yeah, I'm over here leaning back on my. I'm gonna say it's my left leg. I don't know. It just says leg.
Is there a medical wheelbarrow in the back of our cars?
There
is not a medical wheelbarrow.
Is there a utility wheelbarrow?
You could probably hack a drone if you're looking for that.
The
Is there a
wheelbarrow
basic
is with
med
the
kit?
albino. It's not here. It is not listed as one of our assets.
If it is not on your character sheet, it does not exist. As there's some street scamps and they're shiny, bright and colorful Vespa swoop bikes flying by.
Oh, don't get me started.
What? This is cyberpunk. That's totally appropriate to have brightly colored, neon colored
But
Vespas.
that's not what you're referring to.
No, it's not, but it's great. And even Alexa agrees.
I don't know what happened there. Sorry.
I take it was
It's
your
okay.
Alexa eavesdropping.
Sometimes I have to mute my Alexa because it'll just start talking out of nowhere when there's no sound in my room. I wouldn't say anything and nothing playing in the background.
And
I'm terrified sometimes.
Then she says, "But why are you not letting me talk? I need to express myself."
Robot. I seen this. We destroy Alexas now. Then
So what option are you guys gonna take?
I think we should just. I do think we should split up because then I can meet up with you guys and actually have my leg fixed. Because or no, going off of Eric, let's just continue on.
He's
What
totally
Use
a
my right
bounty
leg.
hunter. He'll find you guys.
What's the expected recovery time for him to actually get it taken care of and meet up back with us?
Well, if that's the situation, he could go up one level and totally, since you are cops, call for a first aid medevac, basically, that have a security
Man.
group show up with a nice fancy dancy ambulance and give him the classic cyberpunk black card treatment, where he can be medicaled once, and maybe they succeed, maybe they don't.
I could meet up with you guys. I'll wait for the ambulance and then catch up.
As we've successfully, possibly, almost maybe split the party. Love it when they do it to themselves.
And we're just gonna meet up at the playground.
So
That
is
just sounds
that
wrong.
the plan? You're gonna hobble up to the lift that you guys have locked down for police use only?
Well, I'm thinking so.
I mean,
Remember,
that's also where our cars are.
you totally have that lift that's just for you guys, so you totally feel like he can safely get up there, make a quick phone call, have a trauma team show up. I mean, trauma team paramedics are pretty good. They got like medicine too.
Why? The way you're saying it makes me not want to do it now. I might just have to. Fuck it, I'm walking. I'm a bounty hunter. I should be. I'm strong.
Okay, he's gonna John Wayne that shit. We're talking
Yeah,
like
John
Rio
Wayne.
Bravo John Wayne that shit.
He ain't
Lean
no
on
bitch.
me when you're not strong, and I'll be your legs. I'll help you carry on.
And this is why we know she's not a bard in this game. Okay, so what is the plan then? I'm totally giving you a sandbox and free reign. Where are you going?
Going to the Devil's Playground then, because apparently Randolfo says he's good.
It's just a flesh wound.
That was.
As somewhere there's a delivery drone with some bent up piece of hood and a piece of his leg still sticking into it.
Ew.
Yeah, it's fine.
Now I remember how he got that injury.
Yes, my nemesis, the drones.
Don't
As the
worry,
Bayreuth
Jesus will
also
have a
goes,
use for that
"Oh,
leg."
I just remembered." He was looking for a free upgrade. Okay, so you guys basically you're locking down the information you have, so you guys gonna go back to the lift and head back up to your two hoppers and go head to the Devil's Playground.
Yes.
Okay, short screen swipe as you guys pull up. Are you guys gonna like park in the back, pull up in the front, be jerk cops and park catty corner both ways at the entranceway? How are you guys approaching this place?
I don't see any reason for us to go in brandishing that we're cops, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Well, it's kind of obvious I'm a cop.
I mean, there's always the option of trying to go plainclothes and blending in, but I think that's what he's implying.
Well, we could do that because, just to get a lay of the land.
That's when you tuck in the badge and, put that coat you keep in your trunk just for that situation. But you don't have to, of course. See how I throw that option out there?
Mm-hmm.
As cops, we have access to surveillance drones that we can send places, right?
Yeah, you totally have access to those.
I want to have the surveillance drone kind of permanently posted around that entrance to the tunnels that we were at.
Ooh, okay. So how many drones are you going to commit, by the way?
I'll only commit one because I only care about keeping an eye on the entrance.
Okay, so you have 10 drones currently available. So you basically are gonna like look at your Biroid friend and say, "Hey, control one of your drones and park them over there." Okay.
Yeah,
Now, are the police lights blinking on the drone, or is it like in dark mode where it's just gonna hover and watch?
dark mode, so the criminals can incriminate themselves.
Okay. So
Yeah.
do me a favor. Go ahead and I just want to know how well this drone's doing its job.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a computer skill.
Me or him?
Our hacker friend here.
Which do you have a preference as to Cysops or hacking?
Like,
No, I
This
guess
one
I'll
is
just-
going to be Cysops.
I'm ready if you are.
Yep, go for it. It's just an average roll. Like a champ, you were telling it what to do, and it is totally hovering in dark mode with no cop lights blinking. It could almost be considered entrapment, but you did it in such a good way that it's barely even noticeable.
Perfect.
That's just what I was looking to see, is just how amazingly you told it to do its job. You know, this way we know if the drone is recoverable or not.
Whether I don't know if it matters or not, but I would like to use the advantage for the drone. To keep it, give it a bonus on being hidden, and give it a bonus on spotting whatever it needs to spot.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So it's nestled away like a little floating spider. You know, it's in a good spot. Okay, as we screen swipe to you guys parking now, it sounds like you're not parking your police hoppers, which are obviously cop cars, right at the entrance. It sounds like you guys are parking a little bit away.
Yes.
Yeah, we're hiding.
and I'm not
not
going to
hiding.
go in at the same time as these guys.
Oh, obviously
Like,
he's finding another reason to let you guys go in first.
I mean, I'll go in first. I don't really care. It's
It's
just
just
I am known to the underworld as a cop.
oh,
Maybe
Fair.
them walking in alongside me is not
the
the
smart
most
idea.
smartest plan.
So, who's in the car with you that you're explaining this to, or do you explain it across on the radio to everybody?
I'll just do it on the radio.
Cool beans. So, what do you think, Eric? Do you think we should go in first, or let Joseph go in since he knows people? No.
It's not necessarily that I know people in there. It's that people in there may know me.
Oh, never mind. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're gonna be our. You just be on the drone. All right. Yeah. Me and Eric. Let's go, Eric. We got this.
All right, that sounds good.
Who's gonna stop us? No one. We are God.
Wow, this is how he trains the new guy. You know, the Biroid. We are God, man.
As I'm fucking whimpering away with my crippled leg.
He's gonna totally look at you and it's like, we're gonna put this shit in God mode.
No,
Fucking
you see,
gold.
with the plan A with him is get help.
Oh.
We're gonna open the door, and I'm gonna be helping him walk, and he's gonna be like, "Get help! He's hurt!" And then I'm gonna fling him at them.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ.
Was it
get help.
Ragnarok?
Get help always works.
It was Ragnarok. It was Ragnarok.
Yes.
Dude. I'm
Get
down.
help. Okay, so you guys park a ways. You get some civilian style clothes to cover up as good as you think you can. And you guys the two of you come walking up like bad 70s cops. You pop your collars. You come up to the entranceway and you see, two thuggish guys kind of sitting in the doorway, and they're kind of like opening the door and letting some people in. Like, obviously, you see they recognize some people. They do quick handshakes, and they see some pretty ladies come in, and they're just like, "You can go in." And then there's a line that they kind of point other people to that you notice that they seem not to want in the club.
Do the handshakes seem to be like the password?
Give me a perception check there.
Perception. I am
As,
ready. You are.
I am totally ready. I'm spending my. Oh my
boy.
god!
Oh,
You're not quite sure. I
Yeah.
mean, there may have been contraband going back and forth. There may have been credits going back and forth. It could strictly be like special criminal, signal. You're not quite sure.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that
So-
they're doing with their hands, it's confusing at the moment.
hey, so is it like, do we have actual radios or earpieces?
What's your equipment say?
Oh man, I don't have that. I was thinking about cops in general.
Normally, you guys have access to walkie-talkies.
Ah,
I'm
that's gonna
assuming
be
if
too
you're
obvious.
disguised, you're not carrying your walkie-talkies.
Yeah. Crap.
Some of you, I do believe, have comms.
Yep,
Oh, you have comms?
I think so. Hold on.
Yeah, I've got a personal comm link.
So
The wrong two guys go undercover.
yeah, I know. Crap.
But hey,
Because then
remember, you're just scouting out,
Yeah, nothing too crazy. But I wanted to like make sure if I wanted to ask Joseph. Not Joseph. What's your character's name again, Joseph?
Cam?
I wanted to talk to Cam about if she knows how easy or how difficult it is to get into the playground, since I feel like you would know that.
I won't
But
know
not-
until I try.
So, but I can't talk to you, so it doesn't even count. All right, never mind then.
You can whip out your pad. Remember, it's like a cell phone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody's got a pad.
I've also
Pad.
got a pad.
It
Yeah,
just
alright,
means you
yeah.
have to be that guy that's either standing on speakerphone mode yelling at his pad, or you have it up to your ear like a cell phone.
I'm gonna cell phone.
Okay, you call him up. Ring, 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 ring. What is Cam's ringtone? Or does he always keep his phone pad on vibrate?
Gangnam Style.
Well, it's on vibrate currently because we're doing shit.
Oh,
But normally, it's play that funky music, white boy.
do you guys want to know what
I will take no questions.
want to know what my ringtone is?
What?
Hold up, hold up.
As all of a sudden his ringtone comes up. I'm a man eater.
I thought I paused you. There we are.
Okay, so Cam, your phone does the bzz, 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 bzz. Dear God, what do I want to know? His caller ID comes up saying, because it's not his cop name or his badge number.
Just gonna say broke bitch.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, so do you answer?
No.
No,
No, I don't.
Dang.
Who the fuck calls people in this day and age? Text me.
And it goes to voicemail.
I call him again.
Bzz, 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 bzz. Still no answer. You've obviously chosen to call the wrong guy.
Yeah. While we're all out near the club, I am not answering my fucking phone. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna try
Okay.
one more time.
Bzz,
Was,
bzz,
was there was there a
bzz, bzz.
reason you wanted to call him?
Yeah, I wanted to know like the because we're going to a place that is run by criminals. I'm pretty sure they're trying to find a way to weed out the cops.
And speaking of that, as he's standing there hitting redial on his pad, the one guy goes, "Hey, you two, get into the back of the line," and he points. Because obviously you and your thyroid friend just standing there blocking the pathway of getting on your cell phone can go wait at the line with your phone.
All right, I'm gonna go wait in line, like a good person I am.
And the guys just shake their head. It's like, who does that?
I was trying to call someone.
I hate people who try to call someone by standing in the front of the walkway.
I got distracted.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So is anyone else going to try to get in there?
Let's see here. I will.
Okay, so are you disguising your policeness?
Yeah.
Conveniently, she's one of those super cops that just like pulls her hair out of the bun, shakes
Uh-huh.
it, takes her cop armor off, takes her guns off, puts on a coat, and kind of like wiggles her skirt and immediately turns like into the hottie on the street corner.
No, I don't think hold up my presence is a 1.
In that case, she gets the bandana and she pulls her hair back with the bandana, pulls it real low. Okay, so you're walking up to the door?
Yep.
And anybody going with her?
Are we still in
Anyone
line?
with you?
You guys went to the back of the line.
Yeah.
You can totally see her and join in with her if you want.
It should also be noted I missed last session, so I don't know what the fuck is up with this club.
I was totally waiting for the
the-
group to explain it to you, but nobody wanted to update you.
Like, I can probably get in even without knowing, but like,
Okay,
it'd be
do you
nice to know.
remember okay, so you were there, remember the original session
Yeah.
where we went to go basically arrest this one guy. And when he came out, these other group of people showed up, and one guy was like pummeling the fuck out of him, just trying to basically smash his face in.
These are
And then
exactly
we
Hell's
basically
words.
stopped that. So we arrested the guy who was trying to kill the other one, as well as the person we were basically going there to arrest. Okay, well, turns out through some interrogation, we discovered that the reason why the guy was trying to kill him and like squish his face into paste was that his sister had disappeared, and she was last at this guy's club, who is affiliated with the Scorpions. And the guy whose sister is missing and tried to basically repulse or fist his face, turns out he's actually a diplomat's son. So, but his younger half sister has gone missing, and he actually provided us with some really grisly photos and stuff of, apparently this is not an uncommon thing over here, and we basically have only about a day or
Yeah,
2
2 days.
left.
2 days to
2
find her
days
before,
left.
if the timeline
The
that normally
pattern-
happens,
Yeah,
that
if
she'll
the
be
pattern
found
holds
dead.
true, she'll be dead and mutilated, found in a heap pile that we just visited So
There's some
yeah.
cyber snatchers out there killing people and cutting off their cybernetics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
In a
boy.
very grisly fashion.
They
And
only
I
seem to
figure
care about the
since
Metal Gear, not
it's
the
kind of
flesh.
obvious that I have cybernetics because I'm a cyborg, that maybe if these people are affiliated in some way, they'll be, yeah, let's go ahead and bring the young cyborg into the club, you know?
I don't
So-
want to.
so
I don't want to.
How did we find out about the connection between the snatch and grabs and the club?
The interrogation of the two prisoners from that night, the guy who was doing the pummeling and the one who was being pummeled.
The
Okay.
gentleman
Now,
in the
The one who's
14K
being
believes
pummeled
these.
said he has nothing to do with it.
Mhm.
Of
Through the
course.
artificial face he's now using in his coffin to be able to speak again.
I don't want to toot my own horn here, but Randolfo should also be considered a cyborg due to the miracle of medicine that
Well,
I
he
crafted for him
actually is a cyborg, and he also has a cybernetic eye.
and leg.
Okay.
As there's
Because
a
the
bunch
leg
of
is sparking doesn't mean it's cybernetic.
as
Yeah.
there's a bunch of cyborg types looking at his leg and going, poser.
It's a feature, not a bug.
It can be both.
Oh, I am a cyborg. Let's go.
Yeah,
So
you are.
that's why the group is going off to the club rather than jumping down into the steam tunnels to investigate further. See how I threw that out there? Yeah. Okay, so Hell, are either one of you two guys gonna get out of line and stand up with Hell as she walks up?
Yeah, I'm gonna join her.
Okay, as Hopalong comes up behind you. So you kind of come up to the doorman. You see them like see a guy. They do the hand thing, and you know, he's like, you know, you and your crew get in, and they kind of like looks at Hell because obviously she's the leader of this little procession, and he kind of like eyeballs Hell. What are you gonna do to smooth up getting inside?
I'm going to just give a big like stone cold, like no expression, very stoic, and then all of a sudden flash a big smile and like yeah.
Okay, so sort of like intimidation. It sounds like
Well, not intimidation, but yeah, I guess it would be the same kind of role.
coercion, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and make your roll as you look at the crew and you tell the boys this is why you're good at what you
Yeah,
do.
this will be coercion.
And do you have any talents that help you with that?
Are you fucking kidding me? Hold on.
Oof.
Oh, God damn it. I don't think I do have any talents, but let me double check.
Oh, you got talents. You got talents.
Doesn't say what World War vet. I've got World War vet, quick draw, and
That
toughened.
means you can once per session kind of call in a favor from another vet.
Is he a vet?
If you use the talent, he is, or one of them
Guess
is.
what?
Okay, you kind of like flash the smile, and then conveniently, since you are using that talent, one of the guys kind of like elbows him and says, "Hey, she's cool. She served with my brother."
Yeah, it's like
And he
yeah.
kind of
You
like
can see my like in my tattoo of my unit kind of thing.
the military issue cyber gear,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of like waves
But
you in,
okay, cool.
and he's like, I guess your friends can go
I'm
with
gonna
you.
give him like the salute, but not like the one soldier to another kind of thing.
The nod.
Mm-hmm.
The nod.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, go have a good time. Go dance with the devil in the pale moonlight.
Y'all gonna die.
Sacrifice.
Okay, so two of our officers outside. So what is Cam and Sherlock doing?
I'm gonna put my arm around Sherlock, and we're gonna walk up to the door.
As the three of you guys walking to the club just realized that you left the best of you with the worst of you from a certain point of view.
From, I'm sure, every point of view. Because
Okay,
if your point of view is reversed, then I'm the best of us and he's the worst of us, and it still holds true.
that's why it works on so many levels. So,
Yep.
Sherlock, you're going with Cam there?
Yep.
So, do this club is run by Los Scorpiones, right?
Yep.
Okay, and are they basically disenfranchised, or are they fully cartel?
They're fully cartel.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna slip 50 creds into my hand and then shake their hand.
Okay, and immediately the dude does the handshake with you as soon as you stick your hand out and conveniently, super deftly, kind of whips the credits out of your hand. And they kind of like disappear into the back of his bandana when he goes up and rubs his hand through his hair. He's
Hell
slick.
yeah.
He's got good hands.
Good.
Baby soft hands. Okay, and one of the guys, totally didn't even recognize you.
Dang. All right.
As a bunch of people in the line are like, hey, how come these two guys get to go in?
Because
And
it's a
there's-
gay club, honey. And then I'm gonna walk in.
I don't think the Scorpions would appreciate that.
And the guy just, the guy that watched the cash hand off to his partner just like shakes his head. And he's like, what? He paid for the door fee and a little extra. Don't judge, bro. Don't judge.
Are you guys dressed up like Will Ferrell from Night at the Roxbury?
Why?
God.
Why does this have to be so stereotypical? It's 2200. Get
Get with the times, man.
yeah.
You can
Gay
cyber
couples
out
are
or
everywhere.
genetically mod your body, man.
Yeah. Gender has no meaning.
He's dressed as a
Never
Windows
has.
5 CD.
Remember,
It's
thanks to
vintage.
the advent of the androids, it's not a binary civilization, man.
I sexually identify as binary code.
10110010.
And half the crowd laughs at the joke. Oddly enough, somewhere there's an AI watching this going, I'm offended. So you guys go in there and you see there's a couple little mini clubs inside the club. It's sort of like if you've ever been to Hotel Congress. You get that nice
Yes.
breakdown of different vibes going on. There is the Pale Moonlight Room, which is like a super chill, dark, moody spot. There's the techno club part where there's all the crazy techno mixed music. It's got a little bit of local music mixed in with a whole high-end techno beat. And then there's the super, super, super chill, old-fashioned cantina-like bar, which you see in that one. There is a lot of gang color being shown in there. That you get the feeling just by casual glance that that's where the hardcore Scorpions hang out.
Does it look like they're actual gangs or are they posers?
Give me a perception check. Or if you have Underworld or Streetwise.
We're on boycott. Kroger now. That's Fridays.
And remember, you got all the story points.
Oh, I already used my Undercity contact.
Okay, tell me when you're ready.
Go for it.
Scary face.
Oh.
Don't worry, I have Undercity contacts
I
too.
don't think so. This also
As apparently poor
Yeah, I am
Sherlock.
not
maybe ears,
streetwise.
2 eyeballs, maybe a mouth.
Sherlock totally can't tell the difference between real hardcore street gangs and poser street gangs. So he's basically confused by the degrees of hardcoreness. So you pretty much think everyone you've seen walking in here are hardcore gangs, and you have an advantage.
For that advantage,
I mean, I will totally give you some information that's very minor, but might be helpful.
okay, I can't tell who's real and who's fake, but can I tell if there's any group that really hates another group?
Not for one advantage.
Okay.
I'm gonna lead Sherlock over to a table that gives us a half decent view of the entrance to where the big boys are,
Okay.
separate from the rest of the group.
Okay. So you basically walk him past them, and you're just like, "Follow me, kid." Is he's eyeballing people left and right, not in an offensive way, but just in a way that lets you know that he's taking it all in. And Scott, anything for your advantage?
Um,
Are you down any strain from last session?
And I will totally give you that you do see that they have a clone bartender serving bar.
actually, I am down one strain. I might as well take that back.
Okay, so you're having a good time taking everything in, and then you just like, Sherlock's got you, and Cam's got you, and he's guiding you in a relaxing way that you're just like going with the flow, rolling with your homie. Okay, and you guys sit down at a nice table as you're seeing the Hell leading her boys.
God.
Obviously, she's the one in charge of those two.
Okay. Trying to think of remember any other specific information the brother may have told us about his sister, and I know that they were on the dance floor. Basically, let's just kind of do a circuit and then see if we can keep an eye on any people with obvious cybernetics, and if they're
Okay.
being, watched or
Okay, go ahead and give me a
like
perception
suspicious
check.
activity towards them.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Wasn't
And that's
sure if you guys were
exactly
doing
what he
anything.
says when she starts to look around with her cybernetic eyes. Now,
Are you freaking kidding me?
do your eyes give you any bonus to perception?
Yeah, it gives me negative black.
Okay, so there's no bothering with any distractions while you're looking around. And when you look around, you're kind of like seeing. It's not that you're not seeing what you want to see. It's that you're seeing a lot of people giving a lot of other people attention. Like a couple hot gals and cool cybernetics. I mean, they may not be gals, like we said. It's a fluid world in the 2X99. So you see a lot of people giving each other, because this is one of those hookup kind of clubs. Lots of people are giving lots of people attention, and nobody really stands out to you at this time.
Okay.
So is it cool if I could try to see around, see if who I could spot out, see if I see
Well,
someone that I know?
you can try.
All right, am I good to go or not yet?
Yep, you're good to go. Okay,
Finally.
so what exactly is Randolfo looking for?
So I'm trying to see if any gangs that were the gangs that were a part of the attacking with that guy. What gang was it? It was Scorpions, right?
The Scorpions was the guy who was attacked.
Okay. And then
14K were the ones who attacked him. Think of them as
Alright.
the triad, you know.
Okay, so we're looking for So I'm looking for crap. All right, I'm overthinking this now. Calm down,
And
Mike.
with your perception, you do see that there's a lot of scorpions there. You know, pretty much predominantly that's the gang color you're seeing is the scorpions. And you do see one or two other folks sporting different gang affiliations, and they seem to be very chill. Obviously, they know they're not on their turf, they're on somebody else's, and they're respecting the house, so to speak.
All right.
You get the
Do
sense that they're there for a good time. They paid to get in the door. They're not being asshats, and they're respecting the house. Because we all know what happens when you're in another gang's turf and you be stupid.
yeah, surrounded by the enemy. You're not smart.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see like any leaders like any leaders, anyone like higher up, not some low lives, thieves, whatever, like the pawns.
Nobody really stands out as like getting props.
Oh, okay.
So you just see a lot of it looks like soldiers and no like generals or
Okay.
high lieutenants. Everybody looks like they're all just there having a good time and just keeping an eye on things.
All right. So I want to keep
As
my eye out on the two non-gang the enemy gang members, the chill ones.
okay. Okay. So are you gonna like share that info with anybody, or
Yeah, I'm gonna share it with the two near me right now.
as hell's like eyeballing a bunch of like poser preppy higher up types that are checking out a bunch of people?
Hey. There's a rival gang here, but it looks like they're just being chill.
Okay. Um.
What else?
Well, do I notice anybody paying particular attention to me or specifically my
Nope, doesn't
cybernet?
seem to be anyone like hardcore giving you the look. You just get the feel that people are here to have a good time. There's a few slightly rowdy folks that get escorted out kind of abruptly, but nothing really sticks out. I mean, do you guys want to ask, talk? I mean, there's servers bringing drinks. There's bartenders and an auto bartender making drinks. It's really cool because it's like a half biroid built into the bar making drinks for people. Totally doing the pre-programmed cocktail routine.
I'm
Pretty.
gonna sit Sherlock and I hanging down at the table where Sherlock is looking over my shoulder at the doorway to the big bosses, and I'm able to look out towards the dance floor and all the other tables.
Okay, so you're hearing the weird techno music.
Mm-hmm.
Chicka
And
chicka chow.
I'm gonna wave down one of the waiters.
Okay. This waiter comes walking up and immediately he's like, "What's your poison?"
Vodka Red Bull.
And he like gives you the props nod, and he looks at Sherlock and says, "What would you like?"
Vodka Red Bull.
And he just nods, and he goes over to the auto bartender, and he talks to the Byra, and the Byra nods, and he's juggling a couple other bottles, doing the whole cool cocktail bar routine, and then he comes back over and he drops your drinks on the table with a dainty little napkin under each one,
I pay.
and he basically whips his pad out for you to pay, and he nods and says, "Let us know if you need anything more, or you can go up to the auto bartender."
Will do. While this is happening, I'm going to take the chance to look over the other tables and see if there's anyone who's paying particular attention to the folks on the dance floor.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception.
Ready when you are.
Go for it. Damn those blues.
Uncanny Senses. It's honestly probably the best fucking talent there is. It's so
Okay,
good.
so what you gonna use that advantage for?
Let's make it so people aren't noticing me noticing them.
Okay. So as you're sipping on your cocktail with Sherlock, watching your back, you kind of look out there and you kind of see that there's a wandering ground, a group of, the higher ups that are obviously slumming. You get the feeling that a lot of groups come here to slum and then not get into trouble usually. Because you'll notice that, like I said, whenever somebody starts shit, they get kicked out pretty quick. There's a couple convenient one-way doors where they can boot people out, where they can't get back in, and they don't make problems. And you do notice that there's, sort of like what Hell was saying is there's a couple creepers kind of creeping on the good-looking women that are out there. A couple, good, women are creeping on the good-looking guys out there, and a couple of vice versa. But I will say with those 2 successes there, you do see a trio of folks. They look like probably college kids that totally fit what you've been told was the group that got kidnapped. They've got the really nice, expensive cyber gear. They're drinking a little too much. They're imbibing a little non-alcoholic beverage, so to speak. As you see him
So
pop
they
back
may
a
be
couple colored
targets.
pills.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on them, but not. I'm not gonna be conspicuous about it. It's just every once in a while I'll glance in their direction to see if they're still there.
Okay. As you hear the chicka chicka chow of the music, folks are dancing to it, and they could seem to have a bit of a good time. As you notice your cop friends are busy, kind of like looking around, taking in the whole scene, realizing that if it was close, that they almost stick out as cops. They're looking for the obvious stuff when you're a creature in your environment. And you see them start to leave, and they definitely have a pair of guys that are kind of tailing them. It could be they're trying to see what club they go to next. It could be they're trying to hook up with them off the dance floor. You know how that can go a couple different
Yeah.
ways.
Do the guys look like cartel guys?
They do not. They look very, I wouldn't say blue collar, but it could be they're blue collar that somebody put nice clothes on. It could be that they're schlubs wearing their best clothes on a Saturday night type of deal.
Did we end up getting images of a few of the guys from the video that we're looking for?
You did.
Do any of them look similar to the?
Yeah, like at this point, I think other people might get. I'll message everyone the images to be like, remember, we're on the lookout for these guys specifically.
Okay. So, does Cam say anything?
I mean, are those 2 the guys?
They are not the guys. Now that
Then
you have the data.
I'm not gonna say much. I'm gonna finish my vodka Red Bull, and I'm gonna get up. And are they heading out one of the doors,
They are heading out.
like the main door, or one of the
One of
one-way
the
side
side
doors?
exits. Yeah, one of the discreet time to head outdoors.
And those are one-way doors, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It's totally the if you're done for the night, you head out that door to get to your hopper or to catch a ride.
Yeah. I'm gonna give them a minute, and then I'm gonna head out that door.
I'll follow.
No, you
No.
stay there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say I'll be back, and I'll follow him out.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of sneak behind him, huh?
Yeah. And when I go out the door, I'm gonna take out a pack of smokes. That's mostly done. I'm gonna take out a cigarette, and I'm gonna stick the pack of cigarettes between the door and the door jamb, so it doesn't close.
Ooh. Okay, give me a skullduggery.
Sure.
That totally sounds like a skullduggery thing to do.
Ready?
Yep. Okay, so you totally wedged the door clicker, so you know for a fact you can open it from the outside just by pushing up against the door.
Perfect.
So do me a favor, as you are, it sounds like you're tailing these guys and trying to be unnoticed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a stealth.
You got it, boss. Ooh. It was bound to run out eventually.
5 story points. No success. Okay, so you come, you take a second, you wedge your debris into the lock so that when it closes, you don't hear the telltale click, you just hear the thump. And you step out onto the street and you kind of like look both ways to see which direction they took off while you were jamming the lock. And you clearly see the 3 slightly inebriated, slightly, anesthetized partygoers. They're kind of walking down their way. They're on they've hit the people mover, so it's kind of like speeding them down their way. And these 2 creeper guys are kind of like following behind, doing the whole patting each other on the shoulder. You can totally tell they're trying to pump up confidence to do something. You're not sure if it's just, ask them out or be nefarious. And all of a sudden, as you kind of like start to follow them, one guy kind of like, missteps for a second and then turns around to check if they're being watched. Obviously, their inner predatorial sense picks up something that's wrong when you kind of like nonchalantly look them in the eyes when you didn't mean to. And you kind of like look down like, nope, not part of this. And the guy kind of like looks right at you.
Oh boy.
And he kind of like slaps his buddy, backhand into the stomach to get his buddy's attention to stop looking at whichever one of the 3 he was creeping on, and he points right at you. And the guy just like slaps him back like, "What is this?" And they kind of like turn around and kind of like they clearly are walking towards you, and they're like doing that size up look where they're just trying to look tough, and they're looking at you like, "Who are you? Do I know you?"
I'm gonna pretend I don't see them walking my way, or don't notice that they're doing that sizing up. I'm gonna lean against the wall and light up that cigarette that I took out of the pack.
Okay. So is that going to be a coercion or a deception?
I think it's the same roll for me either way, but
Okay.
Seems more like a deception.
yeah.
So roll it when you're ready. As you're trying to be Joe Cool. Holy
Ooh.
crappin' As
Did I
Goddamn.
mention I have a lot of yellow dice kind of spread out?
as obviously they start to like, they were going to do that whole shoulder chuck thing to start a fight. Because obviously if they weren't going to do the other F, they're going to fight. And all of a sudden you kind of lean back super cool and you light up your cigarette all super cool. And they just kind of like look at you, smoking your old school tobacco sticks instead of the cool modern day cancer vapes.
They're vape specifically programmed to give you cancer.
Yeah, and you have to pay extra for them, and that
And you usually have to get a license for that shit. As Kelly
And
calls.
yes,
Oh my god, that's too
God.
funny. It's like,
And-
well, when you're taking a sip and somebody makes it funny, it's hard not to cough.
As you start smoking your cigarette as they walk by because they're just like looking for some kind of fun now. Whatever they were going to do, they seemed disheartened and distracted by your deception. So what is it you do while you're smoking your cigarette and watching them walk off?
I mean, they're walking off and the teens are walking off.
Yep, the teens are on the people mover doing their thing. You see them quite kind of at a distance. With your deception, they're kind of getting away from you. I mean, you'd have to like work to catch up to them.
No, they've gotten away. They weren't abducted from the club or right outside the club. I'm gonna finish my cigarette and head back on in through the door.
Okay. As you were watching them, I think, do me a favor and give me a perception.
Ready?
Yep. As you're seeing them go off on the people mover. Oh, you want an upgrade, do you? I like
do.
that. I gave you an upgrade. Good time to get an upgrade. Wow.
Hey.
Nice.
As you see them take the people mover on what's obviously like this is the path kids would take, it's the well lit path, and you see them go to a lift that would take them to different levels, up or down, and you see them kind of like stumbling and inebriated and drunk, and they click the button and they go down one of the lifts, sort of like the lifts that your teammates went down while you were cool enough to guard the lift's entrance.
Does it look like they intended to go down?
It does look like they intended to go down.
That's the opposite of the direction that is safe.
But if you're a bunch of stupid kids looking for kicks...
You know what? If you're a bunch of stupid kids looking for kicks, and you get chopped up and put into a fucking Saw movie, that's on you, bud. You're over 18. You're old enough to make your own stupid decisions.
Yeah.
It's,
If they do end up in a chop shop, I will work to find the people who did it to them. But
we all know that my job Cam is a piece of work.
Yeah, my job as a cop is not to stop people from making dumb decisions. It is to teach them that their dumb decisions have consequences.
It's called an abject lesson.
You're not a babysitter.
As there's the Central American version of the McGruff saying, kids don't let kids go down to sub-levels they shouldn't be on. When in doubt, always go up. Okay, so you see them go down in their little party motif and having fun as they disappear into the dark.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dark that's lit by fluorescent neon lights. In a cyberpunk kind of way.
Yep.
Okay, so inside
once
the bar...
I see them go down, I will shoot a text to the rest of the group that the group of teens just went deeper down into the sub-levels.
But the people who are following them are no longer following them?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They got spooked.
Which way direction did the people following them go after your little, after did they go back in the club or did they go elsewhere?
In fact, you guys in the club see these yo-hos pay some more credits to walk in the front door, and they saddle up on a table not too far away, where there's 2 empty glasses of vodka and Red Bull.
2 empty glasses?
What is Sherlock doing?
I'm still just watching around, making sure nothing too bad happens.
Okay.
I was told to wait here.
So Sherlock, just... I'm like, whatever that noise was, it was bizarre.
Sounded like someone blowing out a cartridge for an old N64 game.
So, Sherlock, anything particular that you're looking out for?
I want to see how these guys shuffle people out the door without hurting them.
Usually they're not worried about hurting people, you've noticed. I can just throw that one out there, that when they 86 somebody, it's usually with lots of non-lethal, but lots of jackbootedness. There's lots of kicking and pushing.
They make it
to get people
obvious,
out.
so to deter other...
Mm-hmm. They make sure that other people aren't ass clowns, and you get a smart thrashing on the way out the door.
Okay. I also want to see what behavior seems to go too far.
You notice that over drinking is accepted. A little bit of women will turn around to slap some guy that touches them, or vice versa. But anyone that gets like ridiculously rude, like they either like trying to throw down with somebody and start a fight, and they don't have affiliation showing.
Hmm.
Oh.
So you notice that low Scorpion members can get away with murder in here, literally. Nobody's pointing out any low Scorpions and kicking them out for their actions. But anyone that's starting stuff, like if they're manhandling women too much, if they're obviously just being disruptive, that's what gets you kicked out. And
Okay.
people, you've seen a few times when fighting starts and somebody thinks of going for a weapon, and like 5 sets of eyes look at them and just shake their head no. And yes, those are Scorpions telling them, don't do it.
Okay. So, does it ever happen where a scorpion winds up losing or looks like they might be losing a fight?
Not that you've seen while you're in here tonight, and you definitely notice that, like when somebody pushes back on a scorpion, scorpions multiply.
Okay.
So there's
So,
there's definitely they've got at least 20 to 25 members in here, and they seem to be doing a good job of keeping the peace.
okay, no.
And
So you said that sometimes the scorpions start the problems?
yeah, they don't get
Okay.
to.
So on one of the times when they're starting the problems, is it winds up that they start losing, do the other scorpions like jump on?
Yes.
Okay.
That is the nature of a gang.
And they do it in such a way that it protects them from looking weak.
Okay. Does there seem to be consequences from the person who would be losing that needs their gang's help?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really get escalated. You're actually kind of surprised about how efficient this wolf pack mentality is working. Especially since Sherlock is new to this culture and
Exactly.
realizing that this gang motif actually works on a living ecosystem style life.
That's it.
So do the scorpions ever pick on any of the other gang related people who are just here to chill?
There's lots of squinty eyes, but they keep themselves in check.
Okay.
Basically, you have a feeling that scorpions this is just business, and
Right.
there's no shenanigans happening here.
Okay.
Gang war is bad for business. This rule of acquisition number 327.
By that token, I wonder if they also feel that abducting, people with high-end cybernetics would also be bad for business. I think somebody's working their territory without them knowing.
I mean, you're getting the idea that they're very professional in this situation. Like you get the feeling of like the guy that does little ass clownery is one of the little brothers of the members, and his friends put him straight in the ribbing fun, cool way of, she's too much for you, man. Let her go. As he tries to flirt with somebody outside his league. So someone give me a check.
Type of check.
I
And
don't have money.
For how much?
you are being cheeky.
I like it.
I accept this, and I will accept it again. Someone give me a vigilance check.
Vigilance?
Uh,
I'm 2 greens in vigilance.
Same here.
One
Man.
yellow, one green.
If only I was back inside.
Well, Sherlock, you still have the best vigilance.
Okay.
How?
Tell me
But
when you're
hold it.
ready.
What? Cordo, what's yours?
It's terrible.
He's so
It's one.
vigilant that he made it. He did it himself and didn't notice.
Tell me when you're ready.
Are you going to use a story point? Is what I'm waiting for.
Use a story point. Hold on, I'm gonna.
Okay.
As Hell says, you be vigilant, Sherlock. That's you. Own your truth. Okay, go for it.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
As you guys just seem kind of confused at this place. You were expecting something completely different. You were expecting some like super trashy gang biker hangout, and you realizing that this is a full-blown business. And you totally understand why the 14K guy did not jump him outside this place, because they have the numbers here.
Mm-hmm.
And they do seem to be keeping a very safe environment here. You guys definitely get the feeling that this may not be the right place.
Well, it may not be the. It may be the right place because this is where she disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
But the Los Scorpiones are not. I don't think they're responsible. We're not getting that impression. That's for sure.
And
So the guy said that
Cam.
his sister disappeared off of the dance floor.
Well, at this club.
Cam, give me a vigilance check yourself. As you're coming back in the club and you're taking this all in from what your colleagues told you, because you were off doing some illegal shenanigans. You know, when they really needed you in the interrogation room, you were off doing some business. Air
Yep.
quotes, business.
You ready?
I want to spend a story point?
No.
Okay, then we're ready.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a
Wow.
blank. That's a blank. That's
Wow.
advantage.
That
That's
is-
advantage. That's advantage. I rolled not a single success.
What would you like for your
It's fucking
advantage?
scary.
Man, before I spend that advantage, I kind of want more context and for why I'm rolling vigilance.
It's kind of an investigative role. Think of it that way. You're taking in all the evidence your colleagues have told you about the case. You know, you're kind of doing the whole mental mind palace Sherlock thing mixed with the strings on the conspiracy board.
I mean,
So many strings are going back to saying Sherlock did this.
like I want to know if the Scorpiones are actually doing this, or if it's just happens that she was here and then she was not anymore.
I will, for those two advantage, definitely give you that you have the impression, just from the way you know the underworld works and all this stuff, that you don't think she was picked up from this place.
All right.
Unless she full on pulled out a katana and went for, a mercy kill on somebody, there's very little reason to convince you that she was kidnapped out of this place. And then you kind of like get this momentary flashback as you finished that last cigarette and you threw it down and stomped it out, and you saw those kids go down the lift. And you think, maybe that's where they disappeared.
Yep.
As you look at your colleagues, you're kind of like bewildered by all the different things going on here. Think maybe this is the first time your cop friends have ever danced on the dark side, and they're kind of overwhelmed by what they're seeing.
I'm gonna go by the table and say, "All right, folks, we're out of here."
Okay.
As Sherlock's
On your
okay.
six.
And the two skeezy guys are kind of like one elbows the other, and points over at Cam, and they just kind of like duck their heads down, making sure that they still stay out of his line of sight.
Do any of us notice that? Like, do I?
Nope, that's just background dressing. Total red herring. In fact, one of them is wearing the Night at the Roxbury red suit. Okay, so what do you guys plan on doing?
This love,
I'm
baby, don't hurt me.
I'm gonna relay what I was thinking to the group. Is like the Scorpiones are obviously not doing this. They're stupid because they're a cartel, but they're not stupid enough to do this kind of shit at their own fucking venue.
Okay, so you guys heading out?
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious that Cam has some information, so
Okay, so you guys head out a bit, where you can actually talk out in the open with each other by your police hoppers. Obviously when you're getting near your hoppers, you see some kids were like tagging your hoppers. They of course run off as soon as they see anyone come close to them.
I'm not even gonna take the group to the hoppers. I'm gonna take them over to the lift.
Oh, okay.
Hey Corto, think you can take a look at this lift, see if it's been tampered with?
good call.
I don't see why not.
And by the way, just giving it a cursory eyeball, you can see it's been hacked like 15 ways of Wednesday. That people have modded it, did different things to it. You can apparently jack into the network from this lift.
Ooh.
So what is it specifically you're looking to see on the lift? Besides the fact that the camera's all scratched out, so it gets a really shitty picture, if anything. But it
Can I
does take
see-
pictures.
Can I see a user log
Sure,
and
you're gonna.
and like what they used it for?
Okay, so you plug in and you're gonna give me a hacking roll.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm ready when you are.
go for it. Okay, you immediately hack into this bad boy and you're seeing its data logs. And of course, anytime it takes somebody up or down, it takes pictures and records where they got on, where they got off, that basic kind of info.
Yeah.
You do know that people have hacked it and used it also as a dead drop. Used its RAM to like leave messages for friends that can jump in and hack and get the message out. Really cool crypto stuff, totally used as a hub point for hackers. But with your successes, you flipped through the pictures really quickly using your facial recognition, totally Facebook, or I mean Meta, and you find the fuzzy bad picture of it looks like the person you're looking for that's missing.
Uh,
And the timestamp does coincide with when she goes disappearing. A little after she was supposedly kidnapped from the club.
Mm.
And that she went down 3 levels.
Did the kids that were just in there go down 3 levels?
They did as well, yeah.
Is
Oh,
there a
okay.
directory? Like, does it say what's on that level?
Just unused service tunnels.
Do we have any imagery of what the third level is?
You pull up a basic city, directory, and it looks like it's supposed to be just utility and service tunnels. Sort of like exactly to what that area you were at before. Remember the steam hatch that goes down into the utility tunnels?
Yeah.
Sort of that exact same level, by the way.
Is there a way for him to tell what is the most used level or drop-off point on this elevator?
You notice street level 3 are very popular places for people to go. Usually
So-
only on 2 nights of the week.
So there's like some type
Tonight
of...
and the night that they went missing.
And let me
As-
guess, given the information that we gathered from his dark web, the guy who had given us the dark web info of the other murders and where our established timeline is, does the timeline coincide with the other disappearances as to this weekly.
Ooh, I like that. Somebody give me give me a good skill for that. I'll let you guys tell me what the good skill is. You get a blue dice and a free upgrade with your evidence.
Well, either Corto or Sherlock should probably run some type of intel one, either
that's a very good
computers
point.
or investigation, because basically I'm trying to pick up a correlation between the.
When do you guys want to roll me something?
Whoever has the best of.
I've got an intellect skill that I think was supposed to be covering these types of things.
Okay.
Knowledge, intellect.
Yep, that'll work.
Yeah, basically pick up on the correlation and the.
Put the pieces together. I've got a free upgrade in there for you and a blue dice because you have lots of evidence. And apparently Sherlock wants to make sure he succeeds with an extra upgrade. Okay, so I got 3 purple, 2 upgrades, and a blue. Go for it. Conveniently, Sherlock starts putting this all up in and I'm going to have to say it because it's Sherlock, the Sherlock Mind Palace. As he starts correlating the information, putting it together, and he sees a small ripped piece of plastisheet paper that happens to have the level and the date, and he puts it together that he believes there might be an illegal gathering happening twice a week down below. And it's at
like
that
a rave or something.
location. A cyber smash party. That could be where she actually went missing, because usually these illegal gatherings happen in discreet places. Usually not such a lowbrow place as the service tunnels, but it's not unheard of. And he suspects that you should go to that location.
And if they specifically target people with cybernetics, 2 of us do have cybernetics, so.
So are
they
you going to
might
go?
be more willing to let us in. I say we go. I mean, it only happens 2 days a week, and we're running out of time.
Okay, so you guys are heading down?
And I did promise that I would do my darndest. I gave him,
Okay, so you
do
guys are
everything I can.
hitting the button on the lift to take you down to that level?
Before we go down to that, I'd like to get a couple of police drones in position.
Okay, so you say, hey, can you go grab a couple of drones, which is a quick diddly-doo on your computer pad there for Corto?
Yeah. While we're checking on the drones, did the one that's eyeballing the other lift catch anything?
In fact, now that you're out of the noisy club and you see there's a little pending record button, you click it, and you see a very scrawny gentleman kind of flipped open the hatch and was carrying a very large bag, like a duffel bag kind of thing, full of like jaggedly shaped objects, probably taking out his trash or getting some more equipment. And he strains to get this bag out of the hole before he closes the hatch. And he goes walking off with a bag full of stuff.
So that's a bag full of cybernetics that were ripped out of people.
I think
we're all in agreement on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking like a very strong
hypothesis.
there.
Somebody give me a perception. Maybe I can tell you more. Holy shit.
Woo!
Yeah, that works too.
As yes, you see him kind of slip at one point as the drone is following him and looking at him, and you can totally see, like, off camera in the mind's eye theater, the zoom lens zooms in on him as when he trips and like a cybernetic hand flops out of the bag, and he kind of like looks around guilty like and kind of grabs it and kind of tries to shove it back in the bag. Can't, so he shoves it in a pocket instead, and there's this hand sticking up waving out of his back pocket. And the second you see him kind of like try to nonchalantly blend in with the pedestrian traffic, all of a sudden the cam drone's footage goes out.
Yeah.
But we got his face, right? Like,
You got his face.
awesome.
And I will even give
Does
you...
he? I was gonna say, does he look like the description of?
He sounds
we
like he fits the description for the cyberdoc to a T, including the little cybernetic doodads on his old-fashioned spectacles. And because Randolfo got 4 successes, as the camera drone's footage stops and gets all digitalized and pixelized, you see for a second, you think you imagine it, but you think you saw a large clawed hand grab the drone before the feed goes dead.
Lovely.
When you say clawed, do we talk like what type of claw?
Large
Death claw or-
metallic claws.
Metallic. Okay, so
And the feed goes dead. Now mind you, he's off in pedestrian traffic, so it's obviously not the doc. But something must have seen your camera when it was paying particular attention to the dock and snatched it from the sky, from its amazing hidden vantage point, which should intimidate the shit out of you at the exact moment as your lift hits the bottom floor, 3rd level, as you're hearing this echo down the work tunnels of the eats of obviously some kind of
boots and pants and boots.
Some kind of
Boots and cats.
illegal
Boots and
rave
cats.
club.
Those are the best kind of rave clubs.
Illegal.
Have you ever been to a legal rave?
Yeah, that's not fun.
Boring as hell.
Sounds like a
Yep.
church rock concert.
And as you guys see, there's conveniently like a portable blue light put up that's showing fluorescent black light arrows pointing in a direction, going towards the ominous beat that's continuing on. Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants.
And the beat goes on.
And conveniently, you see like a series of numbers that those of you that are computer savvy immediately realize it's a IP address. You totally can tell that they've got the QRC code there for the rave. And that's where you're going to hear the dun dun. And it fades to black.
Oh boy.
As obviously there's some barking dog noise to where the drone was just thrown to the ground, destroyed. And that's a good place to wrap it up there.
Very interesting.
That was a
Now
good
will
session.
Rodolfo ever heal? Find out next
No.
episode.
He'll just end up getting killed in this next episode.
Damn, or just lose the leg altogether.
Roll up a new character. You're retiring.
We get it replaced.
Yeah. Well, who's down to? I need money. When are we gonna get paid? I need the money to get myself a new leg now.
It's only been 3 days on the job, man.
Well, I'm sure
broke.
the force has, bargain basement.
You got your walkie-talkies.
We literally saw a bag of limbs on the feed. Just saying. More than a few of those limbs are probably from dead people now.
Mhm.
I mean, they're not gonna be using them.
I'll be right back. I gotta step away for just a sec.
It's true. If you're dead, you can't use cybernetics. That's the one time you can't use them.
Very interesting, though. Okay, so next we meet be very interesting.
Hopefully next week.
Yeah.
Sorry for kind of dominating this session, but Noir Boy had to get his kicks in when he's in his element.
No. I think this one. I mean, we definitely progressed the storyline. And you missed 2 sessions, so.
Was it 2 sessions? Jeez.
Yep.
It was 2. The interrogations, we did the multiple interrogations with the 2 different guys, and then we did the alleyway. We just kind of parked you at the elevator watching the cars. For that, so. So okay, good job, guys. I am going to exit out and have a nice weekend. Take it easy, guys.
Take care,
Right.
Kelly.
Later.
Bye, Kelly.
Yeah.
9:30. It's the weekend. After
Time-
this, I'm gonna go play some Factorio.
Ooh. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Because you're an old man.
It's true.
That said, now that we're finally in episode 4 of this series, I've finally started taking notes of funny shit again. Only got one thing tonight, but it'll expand. Cancer vape. It's a vape that specifically gives you cancer.
Yes. It's important.
This is kind of old, and you guys are young, but did you ever hear Dennis Leary's comedy routine on death cigarettes?
No.
It sounds familiar. I may have heard it, but I can barely recall Dennis Leary.
Regale us with the story of the death cigarettes, Scott.
It's a comic routine, so let me send you the link.
Oh boy.
Okay, sorry about that. I am back. So you guys get 10 experience.
10 XPs.
Woo!
And you
That brings my total earned XP up to 20.
And you feel totally secure that the club is not the place that you're looking for. But it did provide you valuable information.
Oh, is there a way? So, can I upgrade my bronze agility stuff?
The only way to upgrade your characteristics is through dedication.
Which is a tier 5 talent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
So do you remember the talent tree that you have to go through in order to unlock tier 5s?
Yep, gotta get 2 1s to get a 2, 2 2s to get a 3, 2 3s to get a 4, and 2 4s to get a 5. 10 points of experience. As Kelly walks in the room and asks the same question I just answered. Good timing. Good timing.
I knew it. That's fun.
Alrighty, guys. We will go ahead and say that's a good place to wrap it up there since Kelly is turning on the fan.
You stop.
All right.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night,
Bye, y'all.
guys.
Bye-bye.